become fully reliant on renewable energy sources, which I'm a fan of. Nope, nope, nope. Ah, didn't mean to use that. Misclick.
Access granted.
Misclick. State does make up for the flatlands with lots of caves. Huh? Kinderdyke is where it's at. There we go. Major, C Company arrived on schedule. Be deployed temporarily around Brisbane. Later join up with platoons from A Company near Cairns under command of Major Lanoy. Brisbane itself has been fortified and has taken little direct damage. Encroachment on interior NT-FSA camps is progressing. For the most part, the resistance we have encountered is light. Combatants are untrained, undisciplined, and overmatched by our regular forces. It's impossible to determine to where they are retreating. I'm concerned about the increasing amount of Chinese troops and equipment we are seeing, especially augmented combatants. Chinese interests in Australian oil notwithstanding, this could damage our relations regarding certain existing security contracts. Detailed encrypted report of troop movements will be forthcoming. Coverly. It's come to my attention that there may be some dissension brewing vis-a-vis the number and nature of unprivileged belligerents being housed in Rifleman Bank Station detention camp, as well as their ultimate condition. For I realize that BT's, Bell Tower's, worldwide effort to stem the tide of terrorism and our contractual demands as a business may often force us to be over-enthusiastic in our methods. This is to be expected from men who put their lives on the line for the good of many. However, I've found that an increasing number of visitors to the chaplaincy here raise concerns about our guests, their provenance, and their eventual whereabouts. Please understand, I'm not questioning our purpose, and I am aware of Commander Burke's policy in this matter, as well as his admirable aims. I simply wish to comfort any of the personnel who come to me searching for solace over what they have seen, what they feel they may have been forced to do, what they believe may be being done to certain detainees. So it sounds like people are torturing detainees or abusing them, but this is not a thing that everybody does. It's apparently just a section of people that do that. Misclick with the stop virus? Yep. Good news, the hacking minigame is better in Deus Ex. Are you kidding me? Better? I will like it more? Mark, that sounds like good news. In what way is it better? Because, in all fairness, I thought this was pretty good already.
Access granted.
I mean, just for a hacking minigame. Sure, mechanics could be better, but they could also be far worse. New door. Okay. New door, and we get a code. I'm not going to be reading out all of those, because most of those are just, here is a cheap reason to give you a code. Thank you, sir. Low vent. Love to visit everywhere. Well, I know what that's like, Sir Koala. I would love to visit quite a few places as well. That's why I'm happy that my work at least, sends me to a couple of interesting places. Let's make sure those are done. And then hack in the last
Access
bit. There we go.
granted.
Forward the results to Namir. Namir? The fish boy? What's his name again? These field tests from AU, Australia maybe? 2 squads were sent and deployed, 20 men. All accounts report significant increase in field efficacy. Well now. So their bell towers basically involved in the Australia conflict, where they're sending augmented soldiers on the battlefield to counter the Chinese? Wait, what? This is a Priority Alpha message, straight from Commander himself. Get this done immediately, if not sooner. If he comes down on me about this, I'll know exactly where to send him. Required ASAP, code reassignment, Motivate 3. Send all RBS station personnel. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yes, sir, Sergeant, right away, sir. Oh. Jesus, what the... You're the last guy expected to start pulling that spec op shit. Guess you don't remember, I was there when we both joined up. I'm betting I can still kick your ass, mechanical arms or no. It's something you can do immediately. Whoa, popcorn. Still on for poker, buddy? After talking to somebody like that, we would not be on for poker. There are so few people here. I am distrustful of what's going on. Yeah, we've already read this one. We've read all of these, I think. Yep. I simply did not spot that one. Okay. This is where we were earlier. Yep. Okay, perfect. Dangerous place like Somalia or Syria. Well, I wouldn't be going to Syria right about now. Okay, let's just head on in. Your thing is pretty good in Deus Ex Human Revolution. Turn out Mankind Divided topped it. Oh, you're raising the hype level there, Mark. You're raising the hype level. I'm hoping that we will be able to start playing Mankind Divided soon. Don't let me know. Don't let me know. Oh, I would love to hack. Ooh! Why did I do the safe option? I should have murdered him. But yeah, hopefully sometime soon we'll be able to buy Mankind Divided, and I'm thinking that'll probably be in the Christmas sale somewhere. Oh, that reminds me, I'd completely not thought about streams and Christmas time. Because I think... Is next weekend, is that Christmas already? Hello? Hello.
That's far enough, Jensen.
You're behind this?
I said that's far enough. I can explain everything if you just stay where you are.
Yeah, why don't you put the gun down?
Why don't you put the gun down? Then maybe we can talk.
You think I'm stupid? You've got every reason in the world to hate me, and I've heard what you do to your enemies. Tell me, did you enjoy murdering so many men on your way here?
You're the one who let me off the leash.
It wasn't my choice. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to get us both killed before this is over. But if we'd left you in that brig, who'd be around to save your Dr. Reed?
What do you know about Megan?
I know the name set
That's
off
her
way
name.
too many bells and whistles when I added it to Burke's profile search on you. But it helped me to figure out who you are and why you stowed away on the ship. You think Belltower kidnapped her, don't you?
You want to tell me you didn't?
I wish I could. But after what I've seen this past year, all I know for certain is she's not on the base. Not anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
Not what you're thinking. Listen, Rifleman Bank Station supports all Belltower operations in this region, Jensen. Regular contract and special op. 6 months ago, I received orders to pull every regular grade soldier and civilian contractor away from the airstrip. 2 Black Hawk helicopters set down minutes later. I thought it had to do with Australia, especially when I saw covered stretchers coming out.
How many?
5. Guarded by a heavily augmented special ops team. Burke went out to meet the leader and the whole group disappeared inside the detention camp. There's some kind of black project going on in there, Jensen. Something involving prisoners and scientists. And I need you to find out what it is.
Your grandfather came from a city called Dieppe? I've been to Dieppe, Sir Koala. Lovely place. At least I think I've been to Dieppe. Yeah, I think so. Next Sunday is Christmas, yeah. So that means that next weekend there won't be a stream.
I'm gonna need more information than that. Tell me about this black project.
I wish I could, but it's been classified. So classified every BT suit I've talked to refuses to even acknowledge its existence.
But you've seen something.
Only the edges. This station is part base, part military stockade, and every week a new shipment of belligerents arrives. Only, Interpol says they're not on anyone's terrorist watch list. Most are just civs. Harmless civs. Burke takes them into a restricted wing of the detention camp and they just disappear.
See, that's what I'm thinking, where some of them get sold into some kind of weird sex slavery type thing, and the others, I think, get sorted, and I suspect they're being experimented on and then sent into Australia to test in combat.
Tell me more about these scientists.
Technically, I'm in charge of operations here, so I keep tabs on people coming in and out. Burke keeps meeting with doctors and researchers, telling me it's part of his interrogation technique.
You got any names?
None that I trust, unless the Doe family suddenly expanded into Australia and Asia. Thing is, I don't always see how they leave.
Yet you're
Is it
sure
me
that
or is
Megan
the
did.
lip sync
The
better?
Blackhawks did. Without the stretchers, but loaded with 5 stasis pods this time.
Why me, Keitner? That is your name,
She
isn't it?
is, Keitner.
The one Burke used back on the ship?
Natanya Keitner, yes. And it has to be you, because any movements I make are noted and logged. I can't risk blowing cover.
Cover. Who are you working for?
A few months ago, an Interpol agent approached me. They've had Bell Tower on their radar for some time, but they've never been able to prove anything. The things that agent pointed out about this base, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. So you see, Jensen, I really am playing the good cop and the bad cop.
Nice.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Hold still for a second.
What the?
Relax. I'm just compiling your biometric signature.
So I can
Retinal
pass
scan,
through the...
pulmonary and vascular
Oh, that's
imaging, the
nice.
works. Once I upload it to the network and give Corporal Alan Tyler a security rating, you'll be able
Alan
to pass
Tyler?
through specific checkpoints in this sector.
Only this sector, why not others?
Because I've seen how bloodthirsty you like to be. I can get you into the detention camp, but the interrogation wing is going to be a problem. Only Burke can give clearances for that.
And I assume you don't want me to go ask for one.
Still the
Nice.
comedian. There's a security mainframe inside the detention camp's central command tower. You'll need to upload this copy of your biometrics there by hand. Contact me using your Infolink once you do. Any more
The
questions?
hard cuts are a little bit annoying. I wonder what would have happened if I'd have gone peaceful as I normally do, and not murdered them, like, now.
I could use some more hardware. Any chance Corporal Tyler will have access to the armory?
You're still a fugitive, Jensen. I suggest you keep a very low profile. Still, there is someone who might be able to supply you. One of the base mechanics, a civilian named Quinn. He runs a nice sideline in procurement.
I know the type. Why should I trust him?
Because I do, and because he has no love for Burke. He's in the lower level maintenance area near the elevator. He'll get you what you need.
What else there? I haven't spent that much time there so well. If I recall correctly, it was a family holiday to France, and we're just in the area. So I think we passed by on the way to Vineyards, but I recall it being a lovely little town, very very rural. And one I know of is an Irish ancestor that's from the Antrim, Northern Ireland. Ooh.
The guards in the prison complex. Are they Burke's men or yours?
Definitely Burke's. Highly trained special operatives. So if you start a firefight in there, don't expect to live long.
What's
I'll keep
up with
that in
her?
mind. I'd like a little clarification here about you and Burke. I take it he outranks you.
Technically, yes. But this station is only part military stockade. And while he and his unit have 100% control over the detention camp, I have authority over the base.
So I don't need to worry that this is all just some creative attempt at mutiny.
Mutiny? You think I'd risk so much because... Listen close, Jensen. Burke is a sexist, chauvinist pig. And yes, he outranks me. He's also been in Bell Tower a lot longer than me, so he's got more connections.
Then I...
Which he's used to undermine me at every turn. But that is not why you and I are standing here right now. People are getting hurt. Innocent people. And we have to find out why and expose it.
Exposure could destroy Bell Tower.
Bell Tower used to have honor. We do this right, it might again someday.
Okay.
That's all I need to know.
Good. I'll upload to the security network from here, so get going. Alan Tyler will exist by the time you reach the prison security port. Just be careful, and try not to draw too much attention.
Keep a low profile means don't trigger the alarms. Yeah. Whoops. Low profile, huh? Low profile. So what missions do you... Okay, yeah. Yeah. So hardware guy, okay. Something's going on. Double Agent Kaiton needs my help to expose it. Investigate the detention camp, and I can get through checkpoints, yeah. So, getting that inside help, that would definitely be interesting, which is just around the corner and on my way to the other checkpoints. Perfect. Just now, you gotta be great-grandma twice over. You're 59! Wow. Wildcard, you're kidding me! How on earth is that happening? My parents are 71. No grandkids yet. You know what? Let's play around with a sniper rifle if we can find it. Since we are going lethal right now. Nope. That's bad news. That's bad news. Don't trigger the alarm. Don't trigger the alarm. Oh god, they had the same idea. But yeah, congratulations. A great grandma twice over. Does that mean you're a great grandma? How does that work? Also, did I not... Is this not the same place? Oh, wait, hold up. Enemies, please, enemies. Tracking system online. There we go, for enemies. Enjoy some of the chaos that creates. Trace better get busy. Wow. Really not wildcard. How on earth is that happening? Well, if men and women really like each other, they give each other a special hug. Okay, you know, first off, let's... Oh, that's where that gun is. I wonder what happens if I try to... Nah, you know what? I'm fine. Maybe there's more in here, but I'm gonna go to the guy who is able to sell us things. Who should be right behind... Okay? Oh, he's down. Okay. Fair enough. Two of your grandkids are PG. Family tree is weird. Especially when we relate to both sides of the argument of the war. Yeah. One part of my family tree is very boring. Going back to... Oh wait, you're the good guy. Good. Going back to basically the same place in Belgium since like 1500.
Well, if it ain't the bloody Grim Reaper himself.
What are you talking about?
Christ almighty, lad. You got half the garrison shedding themselves and afraid to go out on patrol. Look, I don't want no trouble. You hear? The commander said to help you. That's what I'll do. Just don't kill me, all right? I got children. 8 of them. Well, look, I don't really have 8, but all right. I don't really have any. Just don't fucking shoot me.
This is nice and badass.
It's how I operate. A dead hostile is one less potential variable to deal with down the line. But you don't seem like a threat to me.
Fucking hey, man. Is that supposed to be comforting?
Look,
Aye.
Keitner said you can help me. Can you?
Yeah. She told me to be expecting you. I'm just glad you came as soon as you did instead of going off on your own. There's enough kegs of powder lying around here already without throwing another loose cannon in the mix. You know how much we're risking to keep you off the radar? We've only got so much
Nice,
pull around
Byronic.
here. It's Burke's show, and he'll do as he bloody well pleases, which means stamping out any rats the moment he gets wind of them.
I'm grateful, but can we get on with it? I understand you run a nice little sideline in procurement.
Aye. From time to time you might say being inclined to do a little, how should we call it? Bartering. On the side. Since the commander signed off on it, I suppose I could open my stock to you. For a price, that is.
You mean I have to pay?
What? Of course you have to bloody well pay. I ain't exactly a fucking armory quartermaster down here. I'm just a civvy contractor trying to make ends meet. This ain't a bleeding charity.
Considering the circumstances.
Circumstances? What, that you're a fugitive and I'm risking my neck just talking to you? What are you trying to pull here? Although, I don't suppose you had anything to do with the stasis pod that was saved back in the ship.
Yes.
How do you know about that?
Ah, so it was you, eh? Well, let's just say I have me sources and your little random act of kindness didn't go unnoticed. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount on me wares.
Yes.
Just no freebies or handouts. But now that I think of it, if you're looking for a little something for nothing and don't mind a little legwork, I've got an errand that could use running. Consider it a
Free stuff?
special offer of sorts.
Why not? Why not?
Interested?
About this special offer.
Alright, tell me about this special offer.
Look, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but this base is packing some serious heat. Especially in the form of those walking brick shithouse boxcars. If you get me a few odds and ends, I might be able to whip up a little something to make getting around easier. If you catch my
A
meaning.
jetpack?
What kind of something are we talking about here?
Nothing fancy. Just a 329 series MPRS.
A rocket launcher?
That's right, mate. And custom built. But yours truly, of
Nice,
course.
nice. Rocket launcher time.
While I might be able to get my fingers on some low-level arms, I'm a little restricted when it comes to military-grade bells and whistles. And I'm itching to try out a new trigger propulsion mix. Maybe even recalibrate the guidance system for some extra punch.
Sounds risky. Sounds messy. Sounds perfect.
I like the sound of this.
Fuck you, right? You like the sound of this? It's the bollocks. Look, all you gotta do is find me some components. I'll do the rest. An earlier boat had a shipment of 329s, but I wasn't able to poach any of them before they made it to the armory. Luckily, little Sparrow in my employ managed to lose one through maintenance circulation, but he got himself shit canned before I could collect. Now my little bute's lying around the base somewhere in bloody pieces. The launcher, I mean, not the wee man. Though, I've no idea what really happened to him.
Right, so, long story short, you need me to find the parts and bring them back to you.
Yeah, that about sums it up, I'd say.
Haralar
Just find me the
Harthrada,
trigger module,
not
scope
Hardrada.
assembly, and launch a barrel, and we're in business. I could scrape up the rest from leftovers here in the shop.
I'll see what I can find. Any idea where they are?
If I knew that, I would have picked them up myself. You're just gonna have to make do and keep your nose to the ground. Check the obvious places first, like the cargo and receiving areas. Worst case, someone found one of the parts and brought it to administration. I looked there last.
Got it.
Nice. Haralar Harthrada is, let's see, the man who attacked England in 1066, somewhere in, what was it, March, May? At the Battle of Stamford Bridge. It was the first assault, just months before Rufus the Bastard went and attacked Hastings.
Tell me about the commander, Keitner.
Lieutenant Commander, officially. But the grunts don't pay no mind to that. She's the commander as far as they're concerned. It's the Reds who stick to the formalities, you see. Because they're Burke's boys. The spooks. Special operations. You might say there's a bit of a division of loyalty among the troops.
Between Keitner's men and Burke's?
Aye. Since time immortal, there's always been a rivalry of sorts between grunts and spooks. I always assumed it came down to ego. But it's different here. Probably because Burke's different.
What do you mean?
Well, For a start, the man might be a righteous prick, but he's got the respect of his men. And the higher-ups think he's a visionary based on some fancy tech he drummed up a few years back. In other words, the man's got a lot of influence and a lot of power, and, well, I don't think that old proverb needs repeating here.
Thank you, Basil Exposition.
What can you tell me about this base?
Nothing you don't know, probably. To the outside world, it's a Beltar naval logistics headquarters and supply point for their Pacific operations. Beneath the surface, though, it's much, much more.
How so?
Look, nothing personal, mate, but I prefer if the commander did most of the informing. As far as I'm concerned, the less I know, and more importantly, the less I say in this matter, the better off we all are.
This entire character is a little bit ham-fisted, if you ask me, just narratively speaking.
What exactly do you do here, Quinn?
In a more civilized world, you might say I pass for the base's lead maintenance engineer. But if you look at it from Beltar's point of view, I might as well just be a glorified janitor. Pays good, though, so, not complaining.
If the pay is good, why the underground market?
Well, why not? You
Exactly,
see,
Luther,
civilian
exactly.
contractors operate under different jurisdiction when it comes to bringing outside goods into the base. So while the rank and file grunts can only order and receive essentials, toothpaste and the like, I, being the entrepreneurial chap that I am, offer them a more robust catalogue of goods and services. You know the sort. Smokes, beverages, and gentleman's literature.
How does this involve
Gentleman's
weapons?
literature.
Now let me finish. As an enterprising fellow, I require an exchange of valuables for these slightly less than essential supplies, and often receive some very non-civilian contractor-regulated equipment in exchange, if you catch me drift.
Well, now.
Now, normally, I launder my stock through a contact on the mainland, but a deal in Shanghai recently fell through, so lucky for you, I've got some excess inventory to move. Consider this whole arrangement a matter of fortunate timing.
And Keitner is okay with all of this?
Not exactly. You see, some time ago, the commander got wind of my little operation down here. But before she could throw me in the brig, I offered her something I knew she couldn't refuse. Information. I ain't bragging, but I'd managed to build myself quite a little network of sparrows and gophers. I'd known for a while that she'd been at odds with that prick Burke. In the end, I reached a rather simple mutual agreement. I keep her in the loop, and she keeps my neck out of the noose, so to speak.
Yep. Modern understanding of the English king was born William I, including a lot of actual
Buy something or bugger off.
administrative skill, administrative standards, practices. That's actually why English has a whole lot of Saxon words for things, like a stool is an English word for a specific type of thing you sit on, whereas stool, in, for instance, Dutch, just means chair. But that's because they originally had the Saxon words, like stool and you ate pig. But eating pig was something the peasants did, because when the Normans came in, well, then you use the Norman words for the quality stuff. So you don't eat pig, you eat pork. You don't eat sheep, you eat mutton. Let's get a praxis kit.
No refunds.
And that's all because of the Normans. Because they made, they were the dominant paradigm, as it were. Which meant that they, of course, determined what was cool and what was special. Chair Norwegian is stole. Yeah, a lot of the shared languages here have, the more basic a word is, the more likely it's going to be shared. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, just back through the checkpoint. Okay. But yeah, things like to sit. Well, that was impressive. Just the English word sit is enough with the linguistics. No. The English word sit, literally the Saxon word was sitan. Interesting enough, here's a fun little fact. Etymologically speaking, the words shit and science are related. because they both come from Shitan, which is to separate, which in English developed into shite,